Sambal Udang Petai. Okay, Petai Prawn Sambal. It's one of everyone's favorite. It's going to be a spicy dish. Okay, first I'm going to heat the wok in high flame, and I'm going to saute the tiger prawns. Okay, I've got about 15 over tiger prawns which has been partially shelled. Okay, as you can see that just near the neck I've just shelled it a little bit and removed it. I've deveined it actually, and I'm going to saute this in hot oil for about 1 or 2 minutes. Not adding in anything yet. Okay, just soft till it turns red. It's like partially cooked. Okay, lower the heat and it's done. Set it aside. 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. We must have more oil actually, because when you want to saute chili, there must be sufficient oil. Okay, in this hot oil, I'm going to add in about 5 to 6 stalks of lemongrass which has been crushed, and I'm using plain chili paste. It does not have any preservatives, any salt, any vinegar in it. It's just a plain chili paste. Okay. Your heat has to be medium low, not too high, because the chili will get burnt. Okay, now just put it to medium and allow this to cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. And as you can see that I'm using quite a lot of serai, lemongrass. It flavors the sambal. It's got a nice lemony taste. Goes well with prawn sambal or any type of seafood sambal. At this time, you can add in the onion. 200 ml water. If you want more sambal, then you can just add in a bit more water. Now that you have added the water, you can actually increase the flame to high. If you want to make things easier, what you can do is you can saute the chili paste earlier. In a pan, pour in some oil, put in the chili paste and saute in very low flame for about 30 minutes, and you can refrigerate it. On the day when you're making the sambal, you can just use that sambal paste, so you don't have to saute. Like for this, I did not saute earlier, so it will take a little longer. Okay, when it's boiling, I'm going to add in about 200 ml of very thick coconut cream. As I said earlier, that my chilies is very hot. I want my family to enjoy eating the sambal. Not that it's so hot they can't hardly put it in the mouth. Okay, so about 200 ml of coconut cream. If you don't have coconut cream, you can put in very thick coconut milk. You can also add in about 1 heaped teaspoon of asam paste. If you don't have asam paste at home, then you can put in some asam juice, some salt as well, ikan bilis, anchovies stock powder, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, teaspoon of sugar. My recipes are all in the description below, so please check that out, just in case you have missed what I'm saying. And allow this to cook for about another 15 minutes. Okay, you can see that I have allowed the sambal to simmer, and it's like almost done. It's like I don't smell the raw smell anymore. Okay, just a tip. Okay, whenever you all are making sambal, there must be enough oil. Okay, when you don't have enough oil, you don't get that sambal well cooked. So you have to add, maybe I'm just adding a little bit of oil. Okay, all this can be just done gradually. Okay. And remember that your prawn should not be added in earlier, because if you're going to add your prawn early, it's sort of like it hardens up. So never add the prawn at this stage. It always should be added about 6 to 8 minutes before you're going to serve. At this point of time, you can actually taste to see if there's enough sugar, salt, tamarind paste. Okay, if you don't want to use tamarind paste, you can replace it with a little bit of vinegar, artificial vinegar. Okay, now I'm adding in my cherry tomatoes. I can use ordinary tomatoes, but I like cherry tomatoes. And adding in my sautéed prawn. As I said earlier, for the oil, okay, maybe if I said about 4 to 5 tablespoons, you can add a little bit more, because it depends the amount of sambal that you are putting in, amount of prawn that you are putting in. Based on that, you can just adjust to your taste bud. There's no right or wrong actually. It's all about exploring, experimenting, and cooking with love. That's what is more important. When you cook with love, the flavors automatically goes in. Just adding a little bit of turmeric powder now. And I'm going to allow this to simmer, and I'll add my petai in only last, because I want to retain the crunchiness of my petai. Okay, allow this to simmer in high flame actually. My sambal is almost done. The prawn is well cooked. I think I would like to add my balance stock powder, anchovy stock powder, ikan bilis. Kalau masuk ikan bilis stock powder, lagi sedap, lagi syok. Ini adalah masakan typical Malaysia, typical Malaysian recipe. I've been living in Singapore for more than 30 years now. So during my younger days back in Malaysia, all these recipes has been passed down by my mom, grandma, sisters, relatives, friends. I enjoy cooking all this. This is called petai. In English we call this bitter beans. But actually I wonder why they call that bitter bean, because it's not bitter. It has got some strong pungent smell. Okay, I just added the petai and I'm turning off the flame, because as I said, I want to retain the crunchiness of petai. If you add it, some people like to add it in the beginning and like middle stage while the sambal is getting cooked. Now what happens is the petai will lose its pungent smell and taste. At the same time, the crunchiness will no longer be there. So if you want some crunchiness and you want that petai, the specialty of petai is that pungent taste. So if you want to have the taste of petai in your mouth, then you add it last. I'm going to dish this out. I hope all of you enjoyed watching my Sambal Udang Petai, which is prawn sambal with petai. I hope that you will try and leave your comments in my channel, and my description for the recipes are always there in my videos. Thank you for watching.